If elected, what would your top priorities be?
Yeah, I've got a handful of them. One is I think about the road infrastructure is a big piece for me. Coming from another state that had major growth, I was not happy with the traffic, and my house actually backs to 407. And I see, we have a pool in the backyard, and my kids are out there, and we have cars sitting there being stopped by the train, driving in other areas, whether it's down 156. Infrastructure from a traffic standpoint is number one, or at least a top, maybe a 1A, 1B. The other part is bringing in additional revenue. I'm very big on more of that low density standpoint. Obviously, you have to have revenue to run an organization. You have expenses, you have to have revenue to take care of those. But I want our growth to be very specific and strategic, not just throw 50,000 homes, you have a 2-lane highway, and you got a ton of cars there. So I think you take that infrastructure, I think you take growth smart, which is I'd rather bring in more retail. I eat out a lot. We eat at home, but I order food. We go to restaurants, we do things, and there's only a small handful of restaurants here for us or places to shop. I'm spending money in other cities. Why not spend money in our own city so that we can turn it back into it? So for me, those are kind of the top two. I have other things. Obviously, having kids, parks, and trails and things like that are a high priority. But those would be the ones that I'd really focus on.
Realistically, what do you hope to accomplish the next 2 years?
Yeah, good question. Um, I think going back to the 2 points that I had on the road infrastructure and bringing in retail, I think working with the EDC on the retail is probably going to be something that's faster because, of course, roads, you got TxDOT and you have county commissioners and other things that play part. So I think it's a little bit more challenging because you have other entities that are involved in that. But I think attracting businesses here, I think that would be something that I'd love to accomplish within the first 2 years. And also, too, I think just personally, I want to get to know this city more. I want to get to know the people more. I've been here for 2 years or almost 2 years. And I think even for myself, I need to get more involved, not just whether the city council thing I win or I don't win. I would love to. I think I would be a great representative. But I think at the end of the day, I want to do more for the city. I want to get out and do more for community. I'm thinking about farmers markets and other things where I love the rodeo play. I love our fun days. I love these things. And how do we continue that culture? I'd love to get that in the first 2 years.
Looking further ahead, where do you see Justin in the next 5 or 10 years?
Well, you definitely, I think there's kind of two plays. Where do I potentially see it going based on where it's at and where would I like it to go? Definitely there's going to be growth. Uh, you look at Northlake, you look at, even going from here to Decatur, we've got a bunch of space, but things are growing west, through Treeline. So the growth's going to be there. We have a lot of ETJ surrounding us. So now the question comes into what happens with that. I think the growth definitely is going to be, you're going to have additional population here. And if things go the way that I'd like, we're going to have more retail space. I'd like to figure out how to limit that balance. At the end of the day, I think we're going to be more residential growth. I don't think the commercial growth is going to expand as great as the residential will, but I definitely think those retail spaces where we can get increased revenues from them from sales tax and things like that. I definitely see it going there in the next couple of years.